It takes part not just when you're wrestling. It's usually when you're off the mats. You have to prepare just to get on the mat, just to compete. You have to eat a little less, work a little harder, sweat a little more. You have to just all these things to just prepare yourself just to be able to wrestle, just to make the weight that you can. On average, the most weight I have to cut is about 10 pounds a week. It depends sometimes though on how close the events are. Like sometimes we'll have to make weight on a Thursday, and then 2 days later on a Saturday you have to make weight again, and in that case then you want to keep your weight down as low as you can. That way it's not too hard of a cut and you don't drain too much energy. But if we have usually like a week between our events, and it's usually only on weekends, then I on average have to cut about 10 pounds. The hardest thing about cutting weight would probably have to be just knowing every day that you could call it off if you want and just give up the sport and be able to eat like everybody else. Physically, to cut weight, we have to sometimes, depending on how well you're doing, how much over you are, it could be the night before. If you're a couple pounds over, you have to bundle yourself up in as much clothes as you can, the warmest clothes you can find. Try to keep everything warm, try to keep all the heat in, and just start running, because water weight's really the fastest way to lose weight. That's why you always hear about us. We're running in the plastic bags or the tight sweats and sweaters, and usually more than one pair, and just kind of running around in the hottest places we can with the most clothing that we can find. My typical diet consists of, well, in the morning really just kind of a bland breakfast with like wheat thins or a protein shake, you know, something high in fiber or protein to kind of suppress my appetite for the beginning of the day. During lunch I have like a little bit of fish. If I'm lucky, I'll have some fruits, water. Always have to have some water. For dinner really, a lot of times I don't even get to have very much of a dinner besides a salad and maybe some chicken if I'm underweight, and then usually some water. Physically cutting weight, obviously, like I said, it really drains you. You don't have the energy, you don't have the water, the food, the nutrition that you need just to normally operate. And when you're exercising as much as we do, working out as much as we do, and practicing with as hard of intensity as we usually do, it really starts to drain you. I mean, I come home, I barely get any homework done, and I'm usually passing out. Emotionally, cutting weight really starts to get to us. Wrestlers are kind of known for cutting weight as being kind of grumpy, not really fun to be around, because when you're putting yourself through all the exercise and all the workouts throughout the day without having the proper nutrition and the proper amount of fuel really, it kind of just makes you tired all the time. Kind of, you're always on edge, not really wanting to socialize because things always just seem more annoying. You're always in some sort of discomfort and pain. I'd say cutting weight has affected my self-discipline pretty drastically, actually. I have a lot more of it because of cutting weight. I can always take something hard and compare it to wrestling and cutting weight and know that I've always done harder, so I'm always able to push myself through things that I wouldn't have been able to push through if I hadn't done this sport. I mean, if you don't make weight, obviously you can't participate that day in the event, or, well, for that event completely if it's more than one day. It's mostly just on you. Like, you can't go up a weight and try to still wrestle because you have other people in higher weight classes that are need their own spot, and if you go up, you're bumping them out of the lineup. So really it's just only on you if you don't make weight. It's just a day that you don't get to wrestle in.